So I'm going to be performing the monologue from Extremities by, what is his name? But I'll be performing in the character of Patricia. You do dress loose, you know. You parade around this house like it was a centerfold. A man enters the room and you go all statuesque. The way you cross your leg at just the right moment. The way you butterfly through a room. What's that? You do dress loose, you know. You parade around this house like it was a centerfold. A man enters the room and you go all statuesque. How you cross your leg at just the right moment. How you butterfly through a room. You're not happy until you got every man in the room begging for it. And this one did. And now you want to fix him. One man pays for every lech and wolf whistle. You go through men like most women go through Kleenex. The man is blind. Look at what you've done to yourself. To us, to him. Can't you look in blind eyes? Let's see what else you've done.
Right. Two things. Where is the door to the room and where is the man?
The man is here.
Where's the door to the room?
Door. Just behind. It's like, is it
What's next to you? Describe the room to me.
There's two little girls and the
Where
man,
are they?
the man in the fireplace, the girl who I'm talking to, Marjorie's here.
Are they sat down?
In front of me. She stood up. The other girl sat down.
On the couch, on the table?
Just on a chair, I think.
You've got to be able to imagine the room around you. That's your given circumstance, yeah? It's your house, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you all live there together, you share that house. At the moment, all your gestures are there, and you stood right next to him. And there's so much scope in this for you to be moving, and also, where is she?
She's in front of me.
She there?
Yeah.
Show me where she is. Walk towards her, show me where she is. She stood there. Okay, so stand as her. What's she doing while you're saying this monologue? How's she reacting to you?
She's like questioning what she's done because she's has everything she said, but she's also not
Is she
happy with the
ignoring
way
you? Does she look angry with you? Does she look away from you?
angry that she's a friend's meant to be like on her side and she's not sticking up for her because she thinks she's gone mental.
Okay, so the matter of the point where she's looking away from you, she's not just staring at you. Then, yeah? Has she got a weapon in her hands? Has she got like a spade?
Yeah, she's got like a fire poker thing. I think it's one of them. She hits him with it now and again.
Okay, go from the top again. Let's have the man in the fireplace behind you rather than next to you here. And have the doors, the house here. Yeah?
So who's here?
So he's there where that black chair is, yeah? She's over here. Go from the top again.
You do dress loose, you know. You parade around this house like it was a centerfold.
Is that the first line?
I added a line onto it to make it a bit longer.
Do it again. You do dress loose.
You do dress loose. You do dress loose, you know. You parade around this house like it was a centerfold. A man enters the room and you go all statuesque.
Right, where's the door to the room? Yeah. When you say that she dresses loose, are you saying you do dress loose, as in you do dress a little bit slutty sometimes? Like, you sound very nice. And perhaps, are you angry with her? Do you want her to set him free? What do you want? So, are you frustrated with her? Are you angry with her?
Yeah.
Is it a cutting comment? So is it like, you dress ridiculous? No. Yeah? Okay, so before you say it, perhaps you could... You do dress loosely. A man walks in here and you parade around the house like... Yeah? Perhaps you're just really angry with your friend, yeah? Man walks through the door and you're parading around the house like da-da-da-da, you know? So make more of the movement within the piece rather than being, you do just so slow, you know, like it's all kind of on one level and it's very static. That's the front door. A man walks through the door and you're like, oh, look at me, yeah? So do it again from you do dress loose, but go right up to her. You do dress loose, you know. Yeah? Cutting comment.
You do dress loose, you know. You parade around this house like it was a centerfold. A man.
You parade around this house as like it's a centerfold. Yeah? Yeah. You parade around this house like it's a centerfold. A centerfold is like the middle of a magazine, a male magazine, like a dirty magazine, yeah? Like it's a centerfold. That's a really cutting comment to say to your friend, isn't it? Yeah? Okay? Ready? So, you do dress loose.
You do dress loose. You parade around this house like it was a centerfold. A man enters the room and you go all statuesque. How you cross your leg at just the right moment. How you butterfly through a room. You're not happy until you've got every man in the room begging for it.
Again, you don't sound cutting. Just like you did a minute ago. So everything that you say that's really horrible, I want you to full stop it. And full stopping it could just be a... It could be a... Yeah, I've said it now. You know, you've got to do some sort of facial expression that shows that you're going, yes, it's out there now, girls. Yeah? Imagine that they're all going, I can't believe she just said that. Yeah? You do dress loosely. Parade around this house as if it was a centerfold. A man walks in the door and you go all statuesque in his presence. Yeah? So you need to kind of think about, you're not getting a reaction out of it. She's not rising to it, is she? But you're finally kind of telling her how it is, yeah? Rather than it being like you sound like you're trying to persuade her, but I think you actually are quite frustrated and you're trying to point out that you're basically saying it was her fault in the first place. She wasn't walking around in little tiny shorts and he wouldn't have attacked her. She wasn't like walking around in a slutty outfit and then he wouldn't have done anything. And it's, you know, that she needs to let him go and she's taking it too far. But don't be scared of putting the pauses in between for you to wait for the reaction. And nothing worse than when you say something, you put the courage to say it. She's clearly not very, you know, she's clearly, when she flips, she gets nasty, doesn't she? If you don't get a reaction back, then that person wants a reaction, don't they? So you're waiting for the reaction, and then you better push it a bit further, and then you push it a bit further still, yeah? So go from you parade around this house as if you're a centerfold, yeah? Really cut her. And wait for her reaction. When you don't get it, walk right over to the door. A man walks through the door, and you go right up to her. Go all statuesque. Yeah, really cut into her. Go from you walk around, parade around this house.
You parade around this house as if we're a centerfold. A man enters the room and you go all statuesque. You are not happy until you have every man in the room begging for it. And this one did. And now you want to fix him.
It's your thought process in between that you need to work on. It's like you've learnt it as one massive long thing, and you need to wait for a reaction, and you need to almost have someone there just ignoring you, so it gets bigger each time. And this one did. And now you want to fix him. It's almost like you're scared of the pauses, but it's what you do within them pauses that shows that you've not forgotten your lines. It's like, someone's like, she's got a poker, she might kill you. You know, like, they don't know what's happening in the scene, so, yeah. And men are gagging for it. And this one did! And now we want to fix him. What's the next bit?
One man pays for every election officer.
One man pays for every election officer that you've ever had. You've got to take it, you've got to have those pauses in, and you've got to really be in control of what you're doing in this space. But in this scene there would be a lot of tension, and there would be pauses in between. It doesn't have to be, then he did this, then he did that, then he did this, yeah? You think you've got the upper hand, don't you? But you haven't, because in the next bit she gets the control back, or he gets the control back, yeah? But it's funny because there's such deadly silence, and everyone's kind of going, yeah? So you've got to imagine that around you. You've got to fill those pauses with your reaction and facial expressions. And it is what I would call full stopping it. So the inner monologue of your character is, like, what? You're being horrible to your friend for saying that she's gagging for it and it's her fault. She's got nothing to say for herself. You know when someone's being told off and you go, are you going to say anything? Gosh, she's not going to say anything. Why would you say anything? They just carry on, don't they? And the pause needs to be there because they're just like fed up, they're not going to say anything back to you. It makes you more angry, doesn't it? Okay, so work on the inner monologue, what's going on in your head within them silences, and make it much more cutting. Okay?
Yeah.